Thanks for doing it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. Happy to talk and get just have a good conversation.
Yeah,
Sounds
quality, man.
great.
How did Broken Narrative come together then, and what was the story behind the name?
So the story coincidentally, it started with me and the bassist Adam. We're both quite passionate about storytelling in our own ways. I've been writing novels and poetry for quite a few years now, literally since as young as I can remember, and that for me is my escapism from the real world. And for Adam, he tends to tell stories with other people involved, whether that's on tabletop role-playing games, that kind of immersive Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing, as well as he's got quite an extensive knowledge of history. He loves his history and facts about general areas. So when we decided that we were going to start this project, we wanted to figure out how we could present our music in a way that both reflected us and spoke to other people. And we know that truthfully, at our core, we are storytellers. But in the way that the world is right now, it can feel that people's stories are broken. And it was actually one of our friends who came to us when we were trying to think of a name for the project, and said, why not call it Broken Narrative? And it just fit uh, perfectly. So we went with that, and it's about then that I kind of decided to adopt the name of the narrator rather than going by my real name, as I wanted the focus to be more on the story that we're telling rather than me as a person.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's cool. I see. He's based in Sheffield, or he's from Sheffield.
Yes, yeah. We're most of us are in Sheffield, so I live in the city centre. And one of the drummer is from Chesterfield, and bassist is from Rotherham, Catcliffe kind of area. But we're all Sheffield based, yeah.
Do you think that's helped with with like the sound of your music being in Sheffield? 'Cause it's got a rich musical history in it, Sheffield. So
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, one of my personal influences is from the likes of Bring Me the Horizon, While She Sleeps, and on a more local scale, my friends in Air Drawn Dagger are absolutely crushing it at the moment, and they've been going for. Well, I met them when I first came to study here, and they've been uh, pushing, grinding, and working so hard at it, and they finally got their flowers, and they're doing incredible. So I think the Sheffield scene itself has helped a lot, but also I think that Sheffield is a place of storytelling and talent, and there's so many different creative individuals that flourish here. You've got the likes of Pulp, Revan and the Makers.
yeah, I
I
love
actually
Reverend the
bumped
Makers.
into yeah, I bumped into John over the weekend, and he'd actually put on my previous music project on a playlist of his. So I got to thank him in person for that. Um, but yeah, this place is what breeds raw, authentic talent and art, and I love that for Sheffield.
So, yeah, I was listening to your music today. I don't know what it works, so I like listening to it when before I do these chats and stuff. So I was listening to the prologue, and I thought that's got quite like a sort of cinematic feel to it. Like, is that how you approach your songs, or?
Yeah, I mean, as a creative, there's always a certain vision that comes to you when writing music, and I mean, I present my art in so many different ways, like writing music, but I also do visual art as well. So I'm inspired by like other paintings and art. So when I had the the inspiration to tell the prologue, I was thinking, how can we make this land with such a heavy impact where people really hook onto the meaning of that escapism, that fantasy, and I kind of started to cite sources like Lord of the Rings, Narnia, etc., and think like, how to give that epic feel and cinematic feel behind the
It's crazy.
delivery of the
He's speaking to you
vocals.
now with your voice is quite chilled. You'd never expect you that the way you sing. Like I like it's brilliant. I love it. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think my voice and delivery changes when I know what the purpose is.
Yeah.
We present our songs as research presentations rather than just performances because we're sharing what we've learned, and thus I need to be clear, passionate, and at times aggressive uh, to be able to really push forward that message. So yeah, I think my voice does change, but in a way that it matches the tone of the song.
Yeah, it's cool. I love it. Are you like the songwriter or did the band all sort of pitch in with the songwriting?
Yeah, so generally speaking, I tend to do a lot of the lyrics and the musical riffs. There's certain things that I don't have a forte in, like playing those individual instruments like the bass and the lead guitar. I'm a rhythm guitarist, but I taught myself, so I'm very much limited in my guitar skills. Um, and the drums, I mean, that's just out of my field entirely. I have a general understanding of bass rhythm, but I trust in my bandmates to be able to kind of deliver the vision, and then we pass back and forth notes and inspirations. We're working on new songs now, and the structures of them are evolving with each playthrough because someone will say that this section doesn't work, this section does. Is that important? Does that get the point across? um, what word can we use here instead? So I'll generally have an idea of what I'm trying to convey and be able to put together a demo. I then pitch it to the band, and they're like, "Okay, that's great. Let's make it even better."
Oh, I love it. I seen he's had the motto as well, is it seek the truth, dare to dream, survive the change.
That's the one.
I
Yes.
like that. Does that sort of play into your songwriting and your music?
Yeah, I mean, from the very get-go, the prologue was the first song we released because we wanted to establish exactly what it is that Project Chronicle, Broken Narrative, and everything is, which is a pursuit of the truth. I mean, I think oftentimes we're quite obscured from that, especially in a day where modern media can mislead you. And I want to encourage people to do their own independent critical thinking. Otherwise, we end up resonating in an echo chamber. So when I challenge people to seek the truth, I'm saying find this out for yourself. Find out what it is that to you that is true. And to dare to dream is an elevation of that because once you have that truth, once you know what is good, what is wrong, all of that, then you can, change that reality. You can think, what if I can do this? What if I can make the world around me a better place? And ultimately surviving the change. Well, the change is a phenomena that seems to be impending always. And frankly, I haven't deduced whether it's a good or a bad thing, but I know that no matter what, it comes for all of us change. And sometimes it can be harder to embrace. And sometimes you need to reject it, but no matter what, you have to survive it. So those three mantras of truth, dreams, and change are core principles to what broken narrative story and songs are.
Oh, that's cool, man. What is that the sort of conversations you hope people take away when they hear your music as well?
I want people to discuss that. I also want them to remember it as an experience and to feel a sense of community. That's why we address our audience as dreamers because they are people who can make a change. And that is what I hope they take away from that. But not only that, I want our performance to leave a long-lasting impact with them as well. And hopefully, yeah, take that forward into their real life, into their normal workplace conversations or their games night conversations with friends, that kind of thing.
Cool. Do you think there's any other sort of issues or themes you'd like to tackle in the future with your music?
Um, well, from what we're doing with our research currently, Project Chronicle is the broader term for different things that we hope to explore. The change isn't the only thing that we have uh, touched on so far. And there is possibly room for other theories to come into play. We are currently looking into stasis, and we probably will have some research notes ready for next year on the matter of stasis. We also have some contemplations regarding human sensations of euphoria and anger and all of that. Um, so it's all kind of leading towards something, and I think we need to keep exploring um, each theme to find out what that's eventually going to build up to, beyond just the change.
That'd be quite cool. So in the future, you could maybe have, I don't know, with your live shows, you could maybe bring in visuals and sort of, I don't know,
Yeah.
things like that. That's quite a big thing now, ain't it, with bands? They bring in like the big visuals. It's really cool.
Yeah, so currently, our presentations are more heavy on performance-based acts because we're limited by budget. So, as
Yeah.
it is in the music industry, there's only so much you can do, and when all of this is coming directly out of our pockets, we can't spare as much as we'd like to. But we're considering how best to present our first headline tour, and make sure that people feel involved in the story. But yeah, one day hopefully we'll be able to bring banners with us, a presentation, video,
Yeah, that'd
etc.
be cool.
Um,
Love to see that.
we definitely have the means to produce that content. It's difficult to actually get it out on the road with us.
Well, it's a lot of money for everything, ain't it? Like I DJ, and even like everything for that's just so expensive now. Like it's hard to,
Yeah.
and you've got to keep upgrading it all the time, and it costs you a fortune.
Yeah, it really does. The upkeep of our guitars alone can set us back a fair bit, but it's all worth it because it really contributes to the quality of what we're
Yeah, you've got
submitting as
great
well.
sound.
Yeah, well, that's all thanks to our producer, Federico. Um, he's he understood the vision from day one and has nailed it. But we've been friends for a little while before this anyway. I worked with him on another tour, and it just kind of came together naturally with Fed.
Oh, cool. Do you feel like do you use influence more from like the 2000s sort of emo scene, sort of that sort of scene, or do you think you're carving your own sort of path?
I feel like at this point we might be carving our own path. I mean, I'm definitely modern rock emo influenced, but there is a fair bit of Deftones and Nirvana that kind of inspires me as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up on Fall Out Boy, so Patrick Stump's voice is like my calling card for whenever I want to do anything decorative. And even recently, I saw Let Live performing at 2000 Trees and got the chance to speak to Jason Alon Butler. And he's just one of the best frontmen, probably of all time, in my opinion. And I hope to be able to reach that kind of bravado whilst also making our own thing,
Yeah.
cutting our own corner into rock. And that's why we've kind of adopted the term new rock, which we've seen a few bands similar to us using as well.
Oh, cool. Think is there any sort of dream collaborations when you do get to that next sort of level?
Oh, 100%. Vukovi is a band that am good friends with and have wanted to do something with for the longest time. And then Dead Pony as well.
Yeah, I've had Dead Pony.
Fantastic singers. Nova Twins, Kid Bucky, um, God, the list goes on, to be honest. Maybe Don Broco one day
So
as
I was
one
going to
of our
say to
main
you that
influences.
you have a bit of a Don Broco sound.
Yeah,
I used to
definitely.
be
We
really into Don Broco, but I've not really listened to him for a few years.
yeah. Um, it's quite a coincidence because I personally don't think I sound like the lead singer, but a lot of
No,
people
I just
point
meant
it
this,
out, but
like
like
you
in a
sound,
good
you
way.
sound like
Yeah.
some of the instruments and that. I always think it's got a
Yeah,
bit of
there's
Don
definitely some
Broco.
influence going on there for sure. Yeah.
Well, what's next for the band then? Have you got like an album planned, or you've also got tour coming?
So yeah, we've got our EP release tour coming up, which starts next Tuesday, I believe, August 26th. And will be present. So the EP should be coming out September 5th. It's called A Thesis on Change. And will feature all the tracks that we've released so far and two more as well.
Yeah,
And then we actually have been in the studio recently to prepare another research piece to present. Um, so it's looking like this year the calendar is pretty full,
busy
but
year.
we've already got originals lined up for next year. We're definitely not ready to make the leap towards an album just yet, because that's a lot of funding that we'd need to
Yeah.
acquire. But also we want to make sure that we're established and uh, have kind of carved a space for ourselves in the scene before we jump into an album just yet.
Ah, cool. Well, that's it really. It was just like a small chat about your music and your band and stuff, and I enjoyed it. It was good. It's good talking to you.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure to talk to you too.
Do you know
And
what? You're probably one of the more interesting bands that I've got to chat by people I've got to chat to. It was completely different to the other chats. I've loved it. It's been really good.
we like I say, we want to make sure that we stand out and can reach the right people and have these kinds of conversations. So hopefully we can continue to stay in touch and keep talking. Yeah.